Okay, guys, if you want to have a look at the screen now and come off the games and come off whatever it is you're doing that isn't to do with this. Right, so you've all got Data Connector hopefully working, and you've replaced your write with write line. So you've got error detection actually in your code. The next thing to do then is quite simple and straightforward in some respects. He says, fingers crossed. We need to get to the stage now where you are going to be using a database that you guys are going to create, that you're going to use for your own project. You're going to create that database and you're going to start looking at creating the SQL and the tests that go with it. So I'm going to take you through the process of how we're going to do it with the login system first of all, okay? And then you guys are then going to have to take that on board and start moving it forward with your own code and your own databases, right? So, how do we start? Right, well, I'm going to start with a brand new database, as you guys probably are as well. So I'm going to start by loading up Access, which no longer exists on my computer. Let's go through this screen and go through Microsoft Office Access 2016. Oh, great. Have I actually got something wrong with my... No, my network's loaded. Have I got access to Access on the main screen anywhere? Yes, let's try that one. Oh, that's really useful. Right, okay, so at least we've got onto Access. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new database, and the place I'm going to store it is in my data layer. So Visual Studio 2017, projects, main project web, and it's main project data. And I'm going to call it my project database. Okay, you guys just 2 seconds to set up with right. In the main project data folder. No, not debug. No, let's say about debug. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll hit OK on that anyway, so it starts saving on mine. Let's find the folder. No, it's not. Just have it. One name is there. It's the wrong name. Keyword. Oh, it's last time as well. Okay, so you're going to click on the View button that's on the screen. It'll ask what name do you want to save your table name. I'm going to call it Table User. And hit OK. And if you want to use auto numbers, we can for now. User ID, username, password. And both those are short text.
Yeah. No, 29.8. Accuracy 78.5. What?
No, I'm just thinking I'll walk with an application. Old walk.
It's not stunning.
Looks fun.
Okay, we've done that. Yeah, not too difficult so far. Okay, we're going to add a username in. So if you change the View button again, it'll say, do you want to save it? You hit yes. Username, it was admin. And the password, we're going to set as password with a lowercase p at the moment. So we have ourselves an admin.
Oh,
Yep, has everyone done that?
I'm back.
I can't rename. How do I rename table? I create a table. Where have you renamed it? I don't know how to get rid of it. No, I don't know how to get rid of it. Damn it, I don't know how to get rid of it. Yeah, I have. You're gonna run some KFC.
We got there. Right, has everyone got a username and password? Yes, hopefully so. So, what is the SQL for that? Well, let's build it and find out. So, in my code, I have got my data layer. So, let's go to Solution, Explorer. I've got my data layer test, which I don't need at the moment, my main project data. Okay, we've got data access. And we've got this bit that says get user. And this is now going to start accessing the actual database itself. So, how do we access the database itself? Well, we need to create a connector to the data connection. How do we know where the actual item is stored, the database? Well, we need to go into our where we've stored it. My documents. Project, main project web. Main project web data. So that's my folder. It's called My Project Database. And note that I'm going to have to put the @ symbol, otherwise it will throw a hissy fit. If I move these so you guys can see it all on the screen. You have to fix the error, so potential fixes use system.data. And then what we want to do is dt.rows.count equals 1, turn dt.rows not item array dot toString, else return blank. Now there is still a lot wrong with this piece of code. It will work, but in some ways it shouldn't do. This is because we're moving now to using a database rather than the original. Give you a chance, guys, to type it in. Remember, your path might be slightly different to mine, so just double check that before you do anything else. Obviously, check that is the path to your database.
Yeah, it is one. Does that mean we delete the if username dot lower? No, dot too lower. Equals if we delete that.
Is everyone sorted? Yeah? Can anyone tell me what the issues are going to be with this piece of code? Can anyone realise already? Apart from having errors, once they're all sorted, let's have a look. Right, so using system.bacon. Apart from having errors, does anyone know what the problems might be with this piece of code? Let's go back to our definition. This finds the user in the data structure and returns the user identifier. The username typed in, case insensitive. The password typed in, case sensitive.
So someone might type it in the wrong way around.
Not the wrong way round, but at the moment, our code is not case sensitive for password. Because the problem is, when you type into SQL, this bit here, SQL itself is case insensitive, so it will just return the correct. It will return that value whether you type the password in sensitively or not. So there needs to be a check in place that makes sure that the password is equal to what was actually typed in. And I'm going to leave you guys to try and work this bit out. I'll give you some clues. Firstly, clue number 1. At the moment, we only return the user ID from the database. We need to return 2 fields, not 1. Secondly, in this statement here, where we do something if the row count, if it does actually return something from the database, we need to do our code check at this point here before we finally return the user ID from the database result. Okay. Now you've got 2 clues. You have an hour to try and get that working. Once you've got that working, I would like you to check on all your tests to make sure they still run correctly. And if any of them fail, try and fix those tests as well.
Am I supposed to have a warning?
Probably. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. It's fine. Right, so first of all, right click on data table. Quick actions with factories using systems.data. So that carry on with where we are with the rest of the code.
Just on the text, it's difficult to find.